Hey friends, welcome to King Arthur Pendragon 5.2, the Great Pendragon Campaign, the third episode. There were 0 technical issues so far. Some announcements on my part. I've launched a new...
That's some Wizards quality line there, by the way, Arthur, can I just say?
You guys got to get past this Wizards thing. It cannot be the only thing we talk about from here going forward for months. I launched a new show, Shipbreakers. Stars Without Numbers revised actual play. You can find it on YouTube or watch it live Monday nights at 8 Eastern time. We've also got a new Mega Mech Council series, which it seems like there's a lot of positive reviews. So Spoon is suddenly on the hook for voice acting himself for at least 5 more episodes.
I enjoyed it though. It was fun.
I wish I could have done more visually. I feel like it didn't have a very big impact beyond showing a cat girl. Hey, Scanopia, what do you want from me?
Yeah. I listened to it in the car, so I don't know what the visuals were at all.
Perfect. There were none. It was just floating boxes of text and a Canopian cat girl. We're getting way far from the next thing I wanted to talk about, which is I'm also on James's new show, Blood Bowl Sevens. You can find me as the first episode where there are some very serious audio issues. So you'll never know what happened in my episode if you skip the recap, which you should probably do. Just assume that I will continue to show the same level of skill and
and dice rolling,
tactical brilliance throughout the campaign, I'm sure. Anyone else got any major project announcements before we kick this thing off? Now, to my recollection, Owain, Herawd, and Kendric spent some time in court last time. Somebody might be pregnant. Several things were acquired.
Spoiler, it's Kendric, by the way. Information
about some of the people in courts around the land, and specifically in Salisbury. Gropsis got his money. The Battle of Mirkrid Creek was underway. For those of you in the American South, let me apologize. Mirkrid Creek was underway. Our players were more or less overwhelmingly successful with a slight bump during the, surprisingly not the Berserker phase, but the Great Spear phase. And 2 of them managed to capture Hortgonauts, who they, I want to say sold back, but that it's ransomed. They ransomed them back for hefty sums of Libra silver. Is there anything y'all want to do before winter, the winter court in the winter phase? Any
yes,
plots, plans, boating excursions?
In the aftermath of the battle, I would have liked to have collected 3 great axe heads, like from broken weapons, if that's possible.
Great.
He's gonna make a giant flange mace. Just.
I feel like this has to be some check of you competing against scavengers. And honestly, this may not be knightly behavior, since this is the kind of thing.
I was thinking, and I might have had my squire do it for me.
Then you know what? Let's make the squire roll.
Okay.
Your squire's 15 years old.
He is.
According to my notes here, pulling them up, your squire is named Elliston.
Yep.
You send young man Elliston out to battle against vultures. I don't mean literal vultures. He comes back with 3 great axe heads, pulled off of berserker weapons. One of them stained in the blood of a English knight.
Okay.
Now, let's be clear. Like, this is a lot. He's like, like he just does all three in one trip, but you know, it's like that guy who's carrying too much weight to the rack.
He's the guy who's carrying 3 chairs on each arm. So yeah, he'll like clean those up and tuck them away. He's got other plans for them.
I see. Some would say that a man who uses a Saxon weapon is no better than a Saxon himself. So I would take care. I have no plans on using them as a weapon. Okay. It is notable that a knight uses a sword or perhaps a lance. Armsmen are the ones who use other weapons. Overall, at this time period, any other plots, plans, provocations, letters, courtings?
Would Herawd have time to meet with Andre the Younger before Winter Court?
Andre the Younger will return to your manor house and be on your grounds for the winter. He is abroad. So you met him at Uther's court when he was making his way far afield, and now he's on his trip back.
Okay.
It would take you a considerable trip, but you could ride out to meet him. You wouldn't know where he was, but you know he follows the King's Road, so it would not be difficult.
Here's what I'm trying to do out of character,
sure.
And you tell me whether this would just be covered in Winter Court.
Okay.
I want to see if he's had any luck finding a suitor.
I'm going to tell you above the table that finding a good suitor is a thing you do in roleplay or your lord does for you.
Okay.
The suitors he brings you will be rich merchant daughters that are below your station.
Okay.
However, he's going to seed the field for you. All right?
Okay.
People are going to hear about how good and great, what an amazing lover you are. They're going to hear about the strength of arms, the wisdom of your judgments, and it's going to change public opinion for you and will almost certainly make it into people's courts. Thank you for the resub, Glimo. For some reason, I thought you resubbed last time.
I did, but I guess my anniversary was in the last week.
What the heck?
Amazing.
Okay. I don't... Okay. This must be some programming problem that I just don't understand.
Well, I don't watch you live on Twitch all that often, except when we're playing. So
yeah, of course. Still, if you want to ride out and meet Andre the Younger, again, you're not gonna get like the Lady Guinevere has heard your tales and she's spoken to me and given me a letter to bring to you.
That's
Guinevere
with a J.
Yeah. Like Jif.
No, I can just meet him at Winter Court
at the manor. Yes. Owain, any plots or plans?
I don't think so before winter. No. Yeah, I am still of a mind to try and at least start to try and find a way to match this year, even if not finalized this year. But what I would like to do is use some of my newfound wealth to pick a suitor and shower them with gifts. But I'm trying to work out then whether I need to find a new target for Owain's affection at the winter gathering.
Elaine has not. She's not said no. It's just not said yes. Certainly the Winter Court is the place for such things.
Yeah.
All right. Let us talk about the Winter Court. You have chosen the path of Salisbury. Earl Roderick sits upon his high seat, urging new knights such as yourselves to practice hard at the arts of war. My loyal vassal knights, this is no time for poetry. Sir Herawd, Kendric and Owain, come here. Come forward. Something official sounding. Just get over here.
Yes, my lord.
Of course.
I did not assign you any duties last year, but going forward, I would like the three of you to form a patrol. If I can find another night or two to have ride with you, I would do so, but I have many manors and many lands that need patrolling and not enough nights. So the three of you will have to do for now. Sir Owain, I believe that you stand highest among the company, the three of you, yes?
At this point, my glory is higher, but I also have obviously my family's nights. Would some of our family nights help to round out our patrol contingent?
If you can spare them from your lands, I see no reason you cannot bring them along. Keep the patrol small, no more than 5 nights. There's no reason to go stirring up the countryside. Silchester gets upset when our patrols are too large.
Should we be focusing our efforts near the borders with Silchester?
So he's been like glancing around while speaking to you. I've been trying to roleplay that, but I don't know how well I'm doing it because I normally glance around while speaking. I find myself concerned in this hour with the machinations of the border of Silchester. Let it be said that when Saxons spill into Salisbury lands, it is through Silchester that they pass. It would not be amiss for my knights to keep an eye on the road to Levkamagus. However, a patrol's duty is to go far afield. Do not spend too much time tarrying in any one location.
As you say.
Perhaps we should meet at my manor at Pitton. It is near the Silchester border, and then we can patrol out from there.
Well, Pitton, you say? And as he says this, people nearby perk up and begin like evil chuckling. I believe the three of you are pagans, are you not?
We are,
Yeah, my lord.
Well, I am afraid that we do not celebrate the Yule in this court, but if you would look not askance from a Christmas gift from your lord, you have served well this year, Kendric. And while you may not have suffered as much success in battle as your allies, it is up to the Lord to reward a hard-working knight. And someone has a really plain two-handed hammer on this amazing pillow with like a red silk cloth
like
from the continent on it.
Tassels.
Yeah, and like there's like a line of trumpeters following behind it, and many of the older knights appear to have been ready for this. They stand and salute it.
It's worth more than the hammer.
Yeah, for sure.
He rises and says, Sir Kendric, gaze upon it, for it shall be yours to be passed down throughout your line for as long as it should stand.
A weapon like this needs a name.
Indeed it does. Who should name it but its first bearer?
I believe that its name shall be earned in battle, and I will return next winter with it.
Okay, like several of the knights are by, like, oh shit! He just turned it around. Like,
I thank you for your most gracious gift.
Listen, Earl Roderick is he's 100% into this kind of cheekiness. You know, he comes forward, kind of bandy-legged, and slaps you on the back, and is just like, ha 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 ha. what else would anyone like to do here? Obviously, there is a lot of love matching going on right now. There aren't a number of other younger knights here, but there are certainly several ladies in waiting and several older knights who have lost wives who are interested in making matches. And beyond that, there are several squires, pages, esquires, men of note, and women of every station all looking to just hook up and get nasty because, you know, it's that kind of world back then. It's the same world as now, essentially.
I mean, company Christmas party is, you know.
Jesus. You just went there. All right.
The ale and wine is flowing, and it has an effect.
It's the night that HR has their ass tight all night. So yeah, I think that it's at Christmas Court that Owain will take the opportunity to try and speak with both the Earl and his wife at the same time. To approach them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shoot your shot.
Yeah. So I'll wait my turn to go up there.
Yeah. You arrive at the front. Of course, everything is festive. You receive an unusual amount of attention from the Lady Ellen. She seemed to have caught some of your popularity last time you were here, Countess Ellen.
My lord and lady.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Thank you for welcoming me once again to your Christmas court, only this time as a knight. I wished to make my intention known that I, as any good knight would, seek to make a marriage to further my family and to protect my lands. I have made intents towards I didn't have enough of my
Lady
notes
Elaine.
page.
It's Elaine.
Lady Elaine has, yeah, that's right. Yeah. And have had mixed success. I do wish to use the bounty with which I've been blessed from the battle to help secure such a position. Yeah, but I would not do so without seeking first the advice of my lord and his good wife for what is necessary for Salisbury, what is right for this court, and what is true for love.
Roderick is with you right up until you get to that last part, and then he chokes on his wine. The Countess Ellen is like little golf clap when you say that you're in it for the love. Roderick is still recovering from that.
Yeah.
So she leaps forward in order to take control of the situation and says, "Is it a love match then, Sir Owain? You truly feel a great affection for this woman?"
I don't believe it is possible to form a true love in this period, in the period of time that we've spent. But I would have it known that whatever wife I eventually match with, whether matched or chosen by myself, that love would be a part of such a union. It could not be the way that I was raised. It could not be any way. Could not be otherwise.
Roderick wipes his mouth and says, "I do not wish to be rude, but you know what they say about her. The stories."
I have heard the stories. I choose to form my own opinion about people.
Make a courtesy roll.
Okay. It's ready for tonight's first fail.
You don't believe in yourself?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Rolled a
I've got
3,
courtesy.
needed a 15. Perfect,
Yeah.
perfect. Roderick straightens himself out. "I have no objections to this, and I'm sure that my wife would speak on your behalf with the Lady Elaine to make your intentions known to her in the manner that women do." Can we say that? His wife is just like, oh, he's so drunk.
I bow. Thank you. my
No,
lord, and
well,
my
hold
lady.
on. She's gonna size you up, Owain, to see if she believes it. Like, you can say courteous things. She's gonna try to get a read on you
Okay.
to see if she believes you. She nods her head on a 12. Will you be staying late at the feast today, Sir Owain?
It is some distance to travel back to my home from here, so I would stay the night and leave in the morrow if I'm welcome in your court.
I will send for you in a few hours with a proposal or a rejection. And she stands up to go speak to the Lady Elaine, who she pulls into one of the side halls.
All right. I go and like nervously pick at bread for a while.
Kendric, Herawd?
Herawd would meet with Andre the Younger.
Andre the Younger. You see that Andre the Younger has no following among the lords and knights here, but among the waiting staff and the peasants gathered in the side halls and outside at the great feast where many large bonfires are lit to keep everyone lit and warm, they are dancing and making jackanapery around the stew pots and are recognized. From your understanding, they don't seem to be very good at what they're doing. Maybe it's an alternative form of humor. Maybe you're just out of touch with the little people, but it's millennial humor, you know? It's just... They are popular, though. They seem to be influencing the crowd, certainly. Andre the Younger pulls himself aside, letting off the last few toots of a flute before walking beside you for a while and taking you on a slow circuit of the Motte and Moat and Bailey. My lord?
Master Youngler, how went the year?
I felt the year went quite well. I expect we have not embarrassed you.
That's good to hear.
Your name has been spread far and wide, my lord. And might I add, and he pulls out a small coin purse that jingles and hands it to you. Your protection has allowed us to gather some wealth for ourselves, but you are due some tax, I believe.
Many thanks. I'm glad that it was a profitable year for all of us.
Profitable indeed, he says, with light glinting in his eyes from the fire.
What word from afield?
I haven't looked more closely into Sir Blaine's, of the steward of Levcamagus, of the Silchester County. He is gathering to him many knights from far afield, promising them domains that he is steward of, in order to have them settle in his lands. It reduces his ability to project power, but gives him more military force in the short term.
Interesting.
He claims it is because the Saxons are so close to his lands, Mere Creek, but a few days' ride from him.
That could be, or it could be something else. I guess we will wait and see.
My lord, I have heard a troubling rumor about one of your allies,
What is that?
Sir Owain. it is said that he flaunts the will of God. They say that he is a man enamored only of sex driven by his loins, that he is keeping women outside of marriage and pursuing unmarried women with lascivious intentions. Several court ladies are apparently within his bow sights.
And
Would you have me do anything about this?
and why would this be displeasing?
Well, I understand. He slaps you on the back. It may be difficult for you to understand as a pagan, but the Christian faith has spread throughout this land, and I think you will find that it is very easy to turn a man's ear with words of sin.
I shall mention this to my friend. Thank you very much for letting me know.
I think he's asking if you want him to cock block me.
He's asking if you want him to do anything about it, whether to inflame the rumor or quash it, perhaps change its nature somehow.
If you can perhaps spin his deeds in a more pleasing light, I'm sure that would go better for all of us.
More pleasing light shall be as you order, my lord.
What is your plans for next year?
The road again. I've made many fine contacts along it. Several mayors who may owe me favors. Others who I may owe some coin, but familiarity along the road does a service.
Excellent. And I think at this point, Herawd kind of picks up the pouch that he was given, and is further expansion in the cards for next year?
My lord, I recognize that one might find wisdom from all across the world, from great thinkers. And perhaps you have heard it said that one should not count their chickens before they hatch. I would hesitate to offer a forecast of what coin may fall from the sky into my pockets throughout the year. Fortune favors the bold, not the arrogant.
You misunderstand me. I was asking if further investment would...
Oh, assuredly. If you wish to invest further in us, we would do our best to return the investment, but you would... I cannot say that we can do any better job of spreading your news, my lord. And I can offer no assurances that we can return a monetary investment, but investing in us would surely improve our lives and ability to move about the country, for sure, for sure.
How much is in this little coin purse here?
It is many small coins, pre-Roman silvers and smaller denominations that you think you'd have to take it to a money changer, but it might be around 2 libra.
Okay.
There's some denarius mixed in there as well.
I take half the coins out of the pouch, and
I assume you mean half the value out of the pouch.
Yeah, half the
You know, just like all right, I'm just gonna take random.
Yeah, you know, like I don't know. Who's been drinking probably, so it's about half.
All right. You end up with one, and he ends up with one.
And give it back to him for reinvestment into the tour company.
He is thankful to you, but you can tell that he's got some sort of rhyming scheme going on in his head, and he's already like, how can I rhyme Kendric's hammer with Owain's hammer? How can I make this work? How? Who's got the bigger one? Ah, there we. Yes, I think I've got. We're gonna have to workshop this, but we've got all winter. Wow, I got something in my lungs today, guys. I am sorry.
It happens, man.
Yeah.
I'm just getting over it. So
I think if no one has anything else to do, it may be time to do the spreadsheet thing where we enter.
I do have one thing.
Okay.
I have a couple things. First, I would like to approach Lady Guiana.
Lady Guiana? Very well.
If she's present.
She is present. It is hard to find her. She is somewhat of a spectral presence.
Yeah.
Lurking behind the Countess Ellen. But you catch her when she goes to get a drink for herself at something like a punch table.
It's good to see you again, my lady.
She looks startled like a mouse and shuffles a half step aside and says, I'm sorry, were you talking to me?
Yes. We spoke at the spring court.
Yes. Sir Kendric.
Yes. I was wondering if you could spare a moment to talk with me. I would like to know more about you.
My question here for you is this courtesy or is this romance?
I think at this point it's probably courtesy, and it may turn into romance.
Okay. All right. Let run game here, and we'll see what conversation you have with her after we know whether she stays or flees.
That is a success.
A 5 needing a 10 or lower. All right. So she puts a drink between you and her, so she has to look at you over the cup as if she's using it to hide herself, and then offers you her arm and says, very well. What do you have to talk about?
Well, I was curious as to where you are from and how you came to be in the service of our Countess Ellen.
She speaks at length of her birth near Amesbury, that she would be assigned to the Countess Ellen after several incidents that she does not speak of, but she seems to be talking around marriages that ended in deaths.
Okay. Well, my lady, I don't know if you know, but I was knighted this last spring and have come into the lands of the Manor of Pitton. I was wondering if perhaps you would visit me in the spring.
Okay. Now I'd like you to make a romance roll.
Sure.
Or flirting. I would accept flirting here. Probably it's flirting. I've talked myself into flirting.
I would really rather it be romance.
Oh, that's unfortunate. You gotta do things. Listen, you're the one that started with courtesy. You gotta do these things by step.
No. I am not Owain. No, it wouldn't have succeeded at either. but I feel like with romance I could have probably called on a passion, perhaps.
She looks at you hesitantly and says, I'll see if I can make the time to stop by Pitton, you say?
Indeed.
In the summer. I'm
Thank you, my
afraid
lady.
that my services and my dance card are full until then.
I understand.
She has a sort of pale, almost gaunt, malnutritioned look to her, but she tries to give you a nice smile before. But it's a smile like, oh, that was a good conversation. I like this guy, but not like, man, I really like this guy.
Mm-hmm. And then the second thing I want to do is I want to get together with Owain and Herawd. And well, I know that the rest of the knights here celebrate Christmas and they exchange gifts. I also have gifts for the two of you. And I take out the two of the broken axe heads that I have like cleaned up and polished and kind of attached like chains that would hang them where they'd be upside down.
Sorry, did you bring weapons into the Lord's Hall?
No,
Okay.
they're not weapons. They are trophies. Like that, it is literally
I'll let this slide this once.
Yeah. And I would hand one to each of you and say, these are tokens that we can remember our first battle with. And I would propose that we swear oaths to each other, seeing as we trained together, grew up together, squired together, and have now seen each other through our first successful battle, and hopefully with many more to come.
The Oath of Axosteel, yes.
All right, I'll like clasp him forearm to forearm. I think this is good. This is what I'd hoped for after the encounter with the bear, that we swear brotherhood to one another.
This is a gift fitting from Brave News Forge himself. And I will swear an oath to fire, to drink, to Goifnu.
Okay. Everyone roll 3d6 to see what level of loyalty oath of the axe you have. Although you can come up with a better name than that. Well,
Oath of
it's
the
so
Axe is
close,
pretty good.
Glimo.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
so close, Glimo. All right, so Spoon and Jays right off the barrel of the gun hit 14 and 14, and Glimo came in late with an 11.
I was going to put down as loyalty fellowship.
Yeah, that's good.
The Fellowship of the Axe, yeah.
Yeah. May we and our sons remain true to one another for generations.
Indeed.
Binding each other together by a curse, I see. Well.
Well, making sure that me and all subsequent of my PCs, are bound by this.
All of my heirs shall be bound to its fate. You do hear many wondrous stories. One story that you all recognize passed down is the Bear of Ember. And with it, there is some talk that old Gar has broken his hip after some particular exertions. Although it's noted that he doesn't work the fields, nor does he chop the logs.
Yeah, the other two definitely get a push in the shoulder and a smirk.
Yeah, for sure.
That said, it said he's healing well and recovering and hopes to hunt for his lord once more in the new spring. Another story you hear is that knights have gone missing west of Ember, down the Wiley River on it's not really a road, it's a path to Warminster. Knights have gone missing off their patrols. They come back weeks later, blacking their armor and speaking about a sword from the stars that has fallen. Some sort of meteorite, bearing with it a magical fairy sword. Many knights immediately dismiss this as poppycock, and all of the Christians make the sign of the cross in order to ward off any fey nonsense, but other knights seem to take an interest in perhaps going on a quest to recover it.
Is that area within our patrol route?
It is the far west of Salisbury. It would not be unreasonable for you to patrol it at some point.
All right, well, I mean, I think we should. I think we should place, undue time as obviously the real concern is more in the east, the Portwood Silchester, but
and the Saxons, of course. The Saxons.
Yes, they were disappearing near Warminster.
On the path to Warminster.
On the path, on the path. Okay,
so not the road.
Warminster.
There's like a forest path.
Yeah,
north of the King's Road.
Okay.
Very well. Let us.
Well, before two quick things. First off, Herawd is gonna tell Owain about the rumors, just so that he's not taken off guard.
it seems that it'll take some time for the Christians to accept us as we are, or for us to change our ways, I suppose. But I will attempt to be a little more circumspect with my swimming in the future.
It's hard for all of us. Here's that.
He's just got such a pretty face that he's hard to keep the girls off him.
Maybe coming to an end at some points. Would I be able to also get an audience with Roderick?
Of course. What are you looking to talk about with Earl Roderick?
So first I was going to... my lord, I've become, over the past year, a bit of a patron of the arts, and my group, as they have been going out across the lands, has some intelligence about Sir Blaine. Apparently he's gathering to him many knights, many more than usual, and I wanted to make sure that my lord was aware of it. Could be, he claims it's because the Saxons are so close, and that could be the truth of it, but I wanted to make sure that you were aware.
I received your intelligence report that you gave to my castellan at Uther's court. It would seem that you and your people have remained busy. I did not realize that you were so committed to the arts of espionage, Sir Herawd. Is this a private interest you've taken up? Something you will continue to pursue?
If my lord wishes it, I'm happy to pursue it. I'm a suspicious man by nature. Misfortune's fallen on my family line a number of times, and I'm trying to make sure that I'm protected.
I will not order you to do this, but I will not stop you if you wish to engage in it. I do not wish to rewrite your destiny. If this is something you want to pursue, then you have my leave to do so at your own discretion.
Thank you, my lord, and I will keep you apprised of anything I find out that could be a threat to Salisbury.
Let me ask, my knight. It is the duty of a filial lord to take counsel from those that are under their protection. It is true that Silchester borders Wessex, and that has seen many battles to its eastern edge. How do you rate this information that Sir Blaine's is gathering together a force to protect himself from Saxons?
As I say, I'm a suspicious man. I worry that he has other designs.
Have you ever met the man?
Only at the start of the battle.
Perhaps you should spend some time meeting with him the next Pentecostal feast. Get a measure
Very well,
of
my
him.
lord.
And let me just add here privately, he's still after my wife.
Well, can't have that. Although, on the subject of marriage, sir,
That's not just me, that's also him.
now that I am of age and have been through my first combats, I do have to start thinking about a family at some point. If there's anyone my lord has in mind to suggest, I certainly would be interested in your counsel.
Are you ready to settle now, Sir Herawd?
Very soon, sir, very soon.
Okay. We will address that shortly in the winter phase then.
Excellent.
You and he sit until the small hours of the night. And our last scene is in flickering candlelight. The Countess Ellen awaits a certain knight to come speak with her.
So I rock up. My
So,
lady.
Owain. The lady Elaine will speak with you. I think you know her circumstances, and while I am not in full approval of her actions, it is for her to decide how she wishes to navigate her choices. And I would ask that you show full courtesy and respect for any decision she might make. I know that your ways are not Christian ways, but she is a Christian, and what she has done in the past speaks poorly of her character, and she knows that.
Indeed.
If she were to marry you, it would speak even more poorly of her character. And that is simply the unfortunate matter of this. As long as you are willing to ford that bridge, she gestures to one of the side halls.
Could I have spent a Libra before coming to Critical Court to buy a gift?
Of course.
Yeah.
What did you buy?
So it's probably like an object to art or something that has tangible value that is, beautiful. Like, whether it's a vase or she's. I was gonna say I probably wouldn't buy
A
something
small glazed statue from Judea of a horse with a unicorn.
I mean, one libra is quite a bit. One libra is what a knight lives on for a year after they've paid their all their costs. So
a full-sized actual 1-to-1 model of a horse.
It's probably something. It's probably something in gold. It's probably something in gold. So whether it is a statue or it is like a candelabra or something that is
a golden candelabra. Very well. I like this one.
Okay.
What an unusual gift.
I'll make sure it has candles in it too. I just,
of course.
I don't give toys to my kids that batteries. All right.
You navigate the hall of drunken, rutting, or sleeping men and women, knights, sculleries, butlers, making your way into a small private chamber where the Lady Elaine is sitting in a chair across a table with a single flickering candlelight between the two of you. And she says, Sir Owain, I must say I am deeply flattered by your pursuit of me. Please sit.
My lady, before we begin, I have brought a gift for you in light of the Christmas season. I give to you without pretext. It is simply a beautiful object which I found that still pales alongside your beauty, but may grace your home.
All right, open this up with flirting, I think.
All right.
Is this the one you're good at, or is this the one you're bad at?
That's what I'm better. I'm better at flirting.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Okay.
13 out of 15, not bad. All right.
Yeah.
She is a beautiful woman with reddened cheeks, but even those cheeks cannot hide the blush that comes by accepting this gift. She uses the candle set upon the table to light the candelabra and inspects it in the light and says, well, you have good taste. I will be flat with you, Sir Owain. I know that I am a prize to be kept. There are many manors under my control, but there are not many who would take me in marriage, although there are many who would take me, and I believe that may indeed be the heart of the matter, is that I live a life of sin, and that would not change should we be married. And that, I think, has turned away more suitors than I wish to number.
I, as you probably am aware, have been raised under the old religions. I make no issue with Christians. It simply is it's not the way that I had that my parents educated me. I'm interested to find out more about that faith, but by the same token, it's not the upbringing that I've been used to. I wish to make a match for my family and for love. However, I also would never attempt to break a wild stallion. I will be away from these lands much of each year. I will not begrudge a wife who takes others to her bed, provided what we share is it's only the love that I seek to make unique. And I would also ask for honesty around children. I would pay for and care for any children that are not mine, but I would not seek to move my lands onto them.
For the time period where this is a pretty good offer,
yeah,
I'm going to need you to seal the deal with the courtesy roll.
Okay.
The traditional role of getting your Earl to hook you up. Yep. Okay. She is in agreement. So at the end of this season, you can mark down that you are married. I'm gonna roll to see what her stewardship is real quick. And I guess this will make or break you.
Because the other thing I was going to ask before you roll this AP was so Mike.
Oh my god!
This is the real reason she's being pursued, is for that 17 stewardship. She's good at what she does.
Because so Owain's father only died last year, so I'm
Your
guessing that
stewardship
his mother-
sucks. Yeah.
I'm guessing his mother hasn't remarried. So if I wasn't married, I was probably going to try and push on you to let my mother manage the estate. But if I do marry someone, then next Pentecostal feast, I'll be trying to marry my mother off.
Well, your count approves of this match, and all the women of Salisbury don't. So that's, well, except for, I guess, the Lady Ellen. So you are married, and we'll have to go over what that means in the winter phase for your glory and roles for children. That said, please mark down that you have 4 domain manors that you can distribute 2 nights if you wish to enfife someone, or I guess we'll talk about what kind of Libra, like Libra overages may be due to you.
But I think domain matters don't generate income. They pay for themselves, basically. They only generate income if they're infifed. Yeah, effectively,
right, okay.
Whatever they produce, it's what costs for them to exist.
So you can't infife any nights in these. Very well.
No. You can infife them, but they don't generate an income until they're infifed.
I see.
Yeah, and once they're infifed, they generate 1 Libra per year.
I didn't know we need to be doing this so soon, but James is aggressive in his pursuit. We are going to take our break, and when we come back, I swear we're finally going to get to the winter phase part of the winter phase. Stick around, because we'll be back in 5 minutes, friends. Who's got game? This guy.